Welcome inside Gore Arena for Big South Conference Volleyball. The Gardner-Webb Running Bulldogs searching for their first set win and first match victory on the season against the Orange Hot Fighting Camels. 7-1 at home with 7 straight victories inside Gore Arena. Gardner-Webb trying to make strides under her first-year head coach, Campbell Jones, and her nationally ranked block, Evan Budrovich. Good guys, and then Sal, how do you think Campbell can extend their dominance?
Do you want me to run through it?
Yeah.
Okay. So I think they need to, number one, play what's been working for them. They're outside hitters. Okay.
Welcome inside Gore Arena for Big South Conference Volleyball as the Gardner-Webb Running Bulldogs try to win their first set in conference play this year. Under first-year head coach Campbell Jones and her nationally ranked front row, their challenge tonight is the Campbell Camels. 7 straight wins at home, off to their best start in 4 years in conference play. Welcome inside our broadcast booth. Evan Budrovich and Sal Mercaglino with you. Campbell with the best service duo in all of the Big South Conference. Gardner-Webb, they've won with their front block, top ranked in the league. How will Campbell look to extend its success tonight?
Well, I think Campbell has to do exactly what you said there, Evan. They have to work on their services. They're doing great on the serves. They got to be strong up against the net, really dominate that middle position, and more importantly, really be strong on their outside hitters. The like of Sarah Kala and the young freshman Layla Green have really been great for Campbell. Put that pressure against the Gardner-Webb Running Bulldogs.
As for our players to watch, sorry, Sal, I'm trying to get their starters down. You guys can keep running through it from a tech standpoint. Yeah, I just wanted you guys to get the lights are back on. Welcome inside Gore Arena for Big South Conference Volleyball. The Gardner-Webb Runnin' Bulldogs, led by first-year head coach Campbell and her nationally ranked front row, try to cause some trouble against the Orange Hot Fighting Camels. 7 straight wins at home, their best start of the conference since 2014. Thank you for joining us tonight on ESPN+. Evan Budrovich here alongside my partner Sal Mercogliano. Tonight we're going to see Campbell's top service duo in all of the Big South. They've been fantastic this year, taking on a young Gardner-Webb team that's yet to win a set in conference. How will Campbell look to extend its dominance here tonight?
Well, I think that pair of Alina Heath and Maddie Miner on the service are going to be key for Campbell. But more importantly, I think those outside hitters, we're going to see a lot of work from them tonight. The likes of Sarah Kalla and the young freshman Layla Green, I think will be important for putting pressure on Gardner-Webb.
From a freshman standpoint for Campbell, let's start with Melody Page. Right now, top 5 in the league in blocks. How has she been able to affect this game at the net?
Wow, freshman player, she's done a great job. One of the things that Coach Gorel really wants to do is get her up there, get some swings from her, and more important, get her a little more depth in that lineup and really give some depth to the big lineup of Campbell and really play a major role that we've seen her play in a few games.
For Gardner-Webb, Alexandria Roykoff, 4th in the league in blocks. What must she do to keep the Runnin' Bulldogs in it tonight?
If the Bulldogs have a prayer in this game, they're going to have to really work with Roycroft and Donaldson to break up that Campbell attack. And I think those two, the middle backers right there up in the court up against the net, are going to be essential for Gardner-Webb to break up that Campbell offense tonight.
Roycroft has led her team in blocks the last 2 years. As for what's cooking in the Big South, Winthrop and High Point, the top 2 teams, and Campbell trying to climb up to those top 2 with a win tonight.
It's an exciting position to be in. Campbell is right there at the cusp in 3rd position, but more importantly, they're playing Winthrop this weekend, tomorrow, High Point next weekend. Some tough games coming up for High Point. Great opportunity for Campbell to really nip at the heels of Winthrop in that dominating 1st position, and more importantly, to try to get that number 2 seed that gets them a bye going into the conference tournament. Meanwhile, Gardner-Webb has to keep playing strong. They need a win for any contention at all to get in the tournament.
And away we go. The first meeting between these two clubs in 2019. And Sarah Kalla returns the first serve. Here's Kate Menz, the sophomore, with her first swing. And now the Runnin' Bulldogs tee it up for Maya Jeffcoat-Troy. A kill down the middle. And a quick lead for Gardner-Webb.
Gardner-Webb's got to get off to a fast start, and you see that right there. Great position for Gardner-Webb to be in. They really want to get a jump on ahead. They haven't won a set yet in the Big South, but they've come close. 7 sets, over 20 points. And really, if you are the coach, you really want to come in with this young team, want to be able to get up very quickly against this Campbell defense.
Jeffcoat-Troy on a second swing, dug out by Kalla. And now a bump set towards the net is returned by Maya Jeffcoat-Troy. 2 quick kills for the redshirt junior from Columbia, South Carolina.
Wow, Elise Gross had to eat that shot right there. Not able to get a response back to that. Great start here by Gardner-Webb.
This is Ashley Downer to serve. More trouble for Campbell on serve receive as Kalla forced to bump it over. This is Hannah Donaldson to the back row. Touching the line, a 3-0 start for the upstart Bulldogs.
Campbell a little bit off center here right now. We saw both Sarah Kalla and Elise Gross going for that reception. Not able to really handle it very well.
Camille Jones, she was named head coach of this program in August in her first year. You have to like the start from Gardner-Webb as Alina Heath collects the first point for Campbell. But this Gardner-Webb team, they've yet to win and showing some fight in this first set.
Camille Jones coming in, taking over the program in August. It's a lot for a first-time NCAA coach to do. Take a program over, get started real quick. And like you said, she's looking for that first set win in Big South play.
The back set for Jeffcoat-Troy, blocked by Kalla. Now it's Molly Johnston, the senior. Gets a tip at the net off the fingers of Melody Page. And how about Gardner-Webb? 4 kills in their first 5 swings.
Wow, and you can definitely hear the excitement in Gardner-Webb right now. They are loud, they are really boisterous, and one thing important we're going to want them to see is take this lead and maximize it. They've come close. They've gotten a couple of sets in Big South play where they nearly had it, and they want that against this Campbell team.
This is Kate Menz, cutting angle, dug out by Abby Sprinkle. That shot is wide, no deflection. Molly Johnston misses, but now gets a tip at the net. Greg Gorel not too happy with the call. As Campbell trailing 5-1 on the kill by Johnston.
Coach Gorel mentioned the fact that Gardner-Webb may come out strong against them, and right from the very beginning, he knew this could be a potential for them.
Saracala forced to bump it back to Maddie Miner, the setter. Sprinkle tees it up for Johnston. Off the block of Kate Menz. And Molly Johnston, the senior, 2 quick kills for the Running Bulldogs.
Haven't seen Campbell been able to really get himself in a good set, something that really is taken away from Campbell at this point. And Gardner-Webb hasn't been that strong on serves, yet we see them placing the ball extremely well right here.
Gardner-Webb last in the Big South in service aces. This is Hannah Donaldson sending Elise Gross to the floor and cleaning it up. Melody Page with her first kill off the 10-foot line.
See that serve right there to the mid-back. Elise Gross able to get in there real fast.
Elise Gross now to serve. And the freshman floats it in to Downer. This is Jeffcoat Troy off the block of Sarah Collin and Amanda Patterson. A quick roof for Campbell.
The big Campbell front line there is going to be a challenge for Gardner-Webb.
Now Gross to serve. Another rifle at Ashley Downer. Jeffcoat Troy on the slide, bumped up by Kala. Now Sarah again. Kala goes back line and misses long. She wants a touch. It is not granted by Paula Boykin, our lead official. And now Gardner-Webb off to a fantastic start here on the road. They've yet to win. 0-7 on the road this year. A much different start tonight.
Definitely a strong performance here by Gardner-Webb.
This is Maddie Riggs on the serve. Patterson off balance, setting Jeffcoat to the floor. Now Campbell a chance to respond. Here's Kala. Buries one off of Molly Johnston. And the second kill of the match for Sarah Kala, who leads the Big South in kills.
We've seen Campbell get off to slow starts in all their first sets. Even in some of the big wins they've had, they've just been slow in their first set to really take a dominating lead. And we're seeing that once again with Campbell.
Emily Mitter on the float serve. Here's Riggs on the set. And Johnston beats the dig of Grace Kane. Molly Johnston coming out with 3 kills.
Molly Johnson able to get that right to Grace Kane. Again, they're going for that mid-backfield area. You see them really targeting that. Campbell's forcing into the digs and just not able to produce them at this point.
Now Johnston to serve. She's coming off an 8-kill match on Saturday. And Amanda Patterson finds the back line. The freshman with her first kill of tonight's affair.
Amanda Patterson with that little carryover right there, right over the net. Able to get in that mid-backfield. Nice little hole there she was able to dig out.
Now Sarah Kala in to serve. This Campbell team, second in the Big South in aces. Nicely picked up by Johnston. And down the line into the corner goes Sophia Bolden. The freshman setter gets a swing and gets Gardner-Webb the 9-5 lead.
Wow, Gardner-Webb has been able to drop that ball right there against the back line really well in this match.
Bolden, a freshman from Michigan, and she stepped up in this 5-1 rotation. Mitter tight against the net. And that ball's a 4th touch. Valiant effort for Knott as Amanda Patterson gets her second kill and now goes back to serve. There's Melody Page, Campbell's player to watch coming in. 5 kills, no errors in her last match. Campbell in transition for Elena Heath. Beats the defender down line and Maddie Riggs. And Heath with her first kill of the match.
Elena Heath, the senior for Campbell, the sole senior on this team. Been a key player for Campbell throughout the entire season. Netted her 1,000th kill against South Carolina State.
Gardner-Webb has given up 3 straight points. Trying to preserve a hot start in this first set. Strong touch by Emick. Dug out. Wow, by Danielle Green. And Campbell gets it over. Blocked by Melody Page. And there's the impact of the freshman, her first roof of the match.
That was a great save there by Campbell and finished up by Melody Page. Exactly what Coach Goral wanted to do. You see Melody Page come in there, be big on the net, and shut down that Gardner-Webb offense.
A 3-0 run for Campbell ends in an instant. That's Sophia Bolden, her second kill. By the way, those 2 kills tie Bolden's career high, and it's come here in this first set. We talked with Coach Camille Jones coming into this matchup. She loved the energy and enthusiasm of her team, and that's come to play here in Bowie's Creek tonight.
No, she knew she had to come in here. She's had a very rough start, over 18 different lineups for this season in 21 matches. That's tough. She's been plagued by injuries. She's been plagued by having a very little time to really start for her coach, coming in August and getting ready to play very quickly. I think she's doing a great job right now, and she's looking for that first set win.
Emily Mitter sets it back row, and Sarah Kalla deposits a kill all the way to the back line. Second kill of the match for the sophomore.
Sarah Kalla right up the middle with that. That's Gardner-Webb's strong point. Their best defense is right there in the middle, and Sarah Kalla was able to slam it right down the middle.
Maddie Miner, second on this team in aces. She had 2 over the weekend. And trying to cause some trouble off Maria Emick. Here's Jeffcoat Troy on the slide. Dug out by Miss Miner. Nicely done. That's Carissa Coleman coming in. And the bump set results in a point. Abby Sprinkle, the senior, gives Gardner-Webb a 3-point lead.
Gardner-Webb able to find that flaw there in the Campbell defense right there in the middle. Elise Gross not able to get in there fast enough.
You talk about different lineups for the Runnin' Bulldogs as Ashley Downer serves. Elizabeth Griffith leads this team in kills. She is not going to suit up tonight. Just talking about the lack of consistency for this lineup.
And that's a tough thing for a coach to handle.
What a pancake there by Gross to get it up. But no chance on the Donaldson swing. Flies by Maddie Miner, and Gardner-Webb up 4.
Gardner-Webb has done their research on this Campbell team. They've been able to really figure out where to get this ball. They're going right there, just over the 10-foot line.
The freshman one more time with a deep serve. And now Kalla forced to free it from the back row. Sprinkle on the set. Off the body of Sarah Kalla, and Molly Johnston with her 4th kill. That leads all players. She's actually with 5 all of a sudden, as Gardner-Webb's come out firing in set 1.
This is a Gardner-Webb team we haven't seen yet in Big South play, being very strong, very powerful, doing well on the serves, doing well on their kills.
Kalla up against the net. That ball deflects over. And there's going to be an illegal touch called against Maddie Miner. That brings us a timeout. Media timeout here on the floor as the Runnin' Bulldogs off and rolling. A 15-9 lead in set 1. When we come back, the closing moments from the first set here in Gore Arena.
One boy.
Discover the new language of travel.
Bonvoy.
Marriott Bonvoy. 30 hotel brands, endless experiences. Rewards reimagined.
I want it.
I can't believe it.
That car brought his karaoke machine.
Nothing but a heartache.
No, I can't believe how easy it was to save hundreds of dollars on my car insurance with Geico.
Tell me why. You say
Go, Kevin! Go, Kevin! No!
Believe it, Geico could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
This Big South game is brought to you in part by Hardee's, 'cause it tastes better, and Geico. Big South alumni could save even more with an alumni discount from Geico. Visit geico.com/Big South today.
Welcome back inside Gore Arena. Gardner-Webb searching for their first set win in 2019 in Big South play. A 15-9 stars. The Runnin' Bulldogs are off and rolling.
They're doing a great job, and one of the things we've seen is Gardner-Webb come out strong in matches before. They were within 1 point of putting it away against Upstate and against Radford, and now they're coming out big. We've already talked about the fact, but more importantly, how much Camille Jones wants to win this first set.
A service error by Carissa Coleman gets Campbell to 10. But yes, Camille Jones took over this job in August. She was the assistant coach, promoted to the full-time head coach, and just 2 years out of school herself from Morehead State. She's leading the charge. And Abby Sprinkle sets up Donaldson. That shot is wide left. And it is ruled out, no touch of the net. Camille wants to use her challenge card. She's thinking about it. I wonder, Sal, does she have an argument to be made?
I think she has to be very careful of whether she wants to do it or not. It looks like she's going to go ahead and let it pass.
You get 3 challenges to work with. They have to be timely as well. Johnston off the block of Kate Menz. Here's Kala, the conference's leader in kills, and that's the 3rd kill of the match for Sarah Kala.
That was one thing we haven't been able to see Campbell to do in this first set, is really get a good set for them and really feed it up to Sarah Kala, and then we see her put it away.
Tough dig by Carissa Coleman, forcing a free ball by Ashley Downer. Maddie Miner, the set in transition. Kala rolls it over the block, gets a second swing, but that goes into the net. Affected there by Donaldson, and Gardner-Webb holding on to a 4-point lead.
That was a great response by Gardner-Webb. Sarah Kala could not get the feed back over. And this Gardner-Webb team is definitely coming out strong in this first set, something that they needed to have happen.
After the block, Hannah Donaldson now to serve from all the way back at the basketball line, showing you her distance. And Melody Page breaks the block of Gardner-Webb, her 3rd kill. And Page, who did not have an error in her last match, continues with a strong start tonight. Amanda Patterson checks in, number 13 for Campbell, the freshman. Here's Elise Gross on the serve. Sprinkle has to run after it. No problem, though, for Johnston. Kala does the same, gets a piece, tipped off of Ashley Downer. And Sarah Kala heating alive, that's her 5th kill.
That setup there from junior Maddie Miner over to the sophomore Sarah Kala is a killer for Campbell, something they want to keep pressing against from the outside, from the left side there of the net.
A chance here for Johnston. That goes off the block of Patterson. And Molly Johnston doing such a great job tonight. Already 7 kills in this set. That's just 3 shy of her career high.
Outstanding performance by the player. You definitely want to see records to be busted by Gardner-Webb if they have a chance against this Campbell team. This is a team that's right now in 10th place out of 10 teams. They've got nothing to lose right now. They want to win.
And they're playing like it, trying to win their first set in conference play this year. The back set is sent out wide to the far side from Alexandria Roycraft, our player to watch coming into this matchup. Roycraft struggled in her last match, hit just 200. That's sort of the embodiment of this entire Gardner-Webb team. Not very prowess offensively, yet they sit with a 2-point lead.
No, if one thing we've known about Gardner-Webb is they've been a defensive team. We've seen that. Their problem has been able to put it away in the sets.
Now a set up here by Riggs, going middle, and Roycraft denied by Patterson at the net. The pressure of those 2 freshmen making life tough for Roycraft.
Patterson and Green, we've seen them before in many games, really being a force up at that net.
Campbell trying to tie the match on this serve, and an ace for Emily Mitter, the freshman. Campbell hanging around in this first set, and now on a 6-1 run.
Great job by Coach Gorel having his team settle in there. Wants to take a moment right now and really see what he can do.
Timeout called by Greg Gorel, and he even mentioned to us coming into this match, if there's any set to be concerned about, it's the first set. What have you liked about Campbell's response coming out of that media timeout?
Well, I think Campbell, one of the things they've been is very methodical, and that's something that Greg Gorel and this team can do, is really get rid of the drama, kind of calm them down, which is amazing for a young team like this. One of the things that you'd worry about as a young team made up of freshmen and sophomores like this team is being a bit flustered. You really turn to your leadership, the likes of Alina Heath and Maddie Miner out there. And one of the things that Campbell's been able to do is slowly progress and take that lead back. They haven't gotten flustered. They don't need to get flustered. They know where their strengths are. But Campbell has had a little bit of a difficulty in their first sets this year, I would argue.
And if you're Camille Jones, she has talked about finding ways to manufacture points. Tonight hitting 290 in this first set. Already 12 digs. Where are they going to find some offense to put away this first set?
Well, I think you see where they've been working. Their service has been working extremely well, something that we haven't seen in a lot of Gardner-Webb games, but they're working really good right now. And more importantly, they've been able to shut down some of the responses. They're not letting Campbell get set up. I think if they can keep aiming those services in areas where Campbell can't get the assist set up, that's going to disrupt this Campbell offense.
Campbell at 7-1 at home, their best home start in 4 years. They have been eating opponents throughout Big South play at home. Trying to earn a 4th straight sweep, but it has been hard to come by here in this first set. All tied up at 17. Emily Mitter, another serve following an ace. Can Gardner-Webb respond? They lean on Molly Johnston. That's an overpass. And Roycraft dug out by Grace Kane. Green lifts and fires off of the libero, Coleman. And Patterson rejects the shot. Campbell, its first lead of the match.
Wow, I know we don't talk enough about Ananda Patterson up against that net, but I think she does an amazing job. She's a big presence on this court. We see her there as that middle blocker, doing a great job.
Low serve there by Mitter. Now a back set to Johnston, again affected by Patterson. How about Gross getting to the floor? More effort from Campbell, and Gardner-Webb evens it up on the kill by Sophia Bolden.
See a lot of hustle there by that Campbell team. Grace Kane's willing to throw herself down, trying to get that ball off Elise Gross. Just couldn't make it happen. But definitely with this score tied up, we're going to see these two teams brawl it here for the last 7 points.
Keep in mind, Gardner-Webb has not won a set in the conference this year, 0-9, and all 3 sweeps. Sarah Kalla hit the net this time. No block, but a clean point for the running Bulldogs.
Now, Coach Gorel talked a little bit about when Sarah Kalla's off, is really having to overcome that. Being the sophomore on the team, we forget she's just a sophomore. Doesn't quite have that experience. She just seems to be a little bit off right now.
Kalla preseason all-conference, but her last 5 matches, she has hit below 200, well below her average. Mitter now goes middle to Patterson. Free ball by Roycraft. Back to Patterson. Dug out by Johnston. And a joust at the net continues. Here's Green. Off the double. Knocked up by Riggs. Saved by Coleman. And a nice rally ensues. Campbell in transition. Back set to Kalla. Pushes down the line. Here comes Riggs setting it up. Johnston off the block. Roycraft flings it back. This ball must go over, and it does. Down to the floor goes Gross. What a start to set 1. And a kill for Sophia Bolden as the freshman ends the back and forth rally with her 3rd of the match.
Well, Bolden was able to put that down. Both Mitter and Kane just not able to get it. Dead center in the court. What a fantastic rally. These teams are just hustling back and forth. I mean, non-stop here at this moment. And then all of a sudden you see Sophia Bolden able to find that little thread, holding the thread there to get it through.
Back to Patterson. That's tipped by Roycraft. And following a long rally, Campbell responds with a kill. Leaning on their freshman middle, Ananda Patterson with her 3rd kill. And now it's a race to 25 in this first set. Here's Sarah Kalla, top 5 in the conference in aces. Throws a bullet at Coleman. Bolden with a tip drill. And the setter, Sophia Bolden, 4 kills in this match, a new career high. And Gardner-Webb 4 points from the set.
Heath and Patterson up there for Campbell went up a little too soon and able to not get that block in. Just a little bit too soon for them.
Coleman riding the wave of this hot start for the Bulldogs. Patterson nails it into the far corner. Johnston could not dig it out, and Ananda Patterson with 4 kills. She's now back in to serve. What an exciting first set here in a full slate of Big South volleyball tonight. Campbell with a win could slide up to the 2 seed this weekend. Gardner-Webb wants a first win overall in conference. This is Heath charging forward, touching it to the back row and libero Coleman. Now Johnston swings long, dug out by Kalla. This is Heath again off the block and denied by Donaldson. Hannah Donaldson and this front row have pitched in for their first block of the night, and it comes at the best time.
Coach Jones was talking about the fact that they need to get at least 3 blocks a set, and that's one of those key blocks they're looking for right there. Donaldson along with Roycraft are going to be key for Gardner-Webb to stop Campbell.
Mitter with the set middle, and Melody Page shoots it long. Gardner-Webb can smell it. 2 points away from the set as the running Bulldogs have come into Bowie's Creek with confidence, forcing a timeout by Greg Gorel. What more can you say about what Camille Jones has done? A young lady who just graduated 2 years ago from college, was a GA last year at West Texas A&M, and now in her first year as the head coach for the running Bulldogs. Her team has shown a much different effort tonight. What has inspired Gardner-Webb in this first set?
Well, you have to think about the fact that she became head coach in August and played that first game at the end of August, had almost no time, had to learn this team, had to figure out exactly what works, has been dogged by injuries the entire time, seeing what works. So she has got this team motivated. Again, you come in the Big South play, you've played 9 games so far, you've lost 27 straight sets, and if you want a chance to get into the bottom of that conference tournament, you have to start winning. They know they've got a chance against Hampton tomorrow when they head up to Virginia. But more importantly, they need to knock down Campbell. They got to give Campbell a moment of putting them on their back on their heels if they have a chance of winning this game, and we see that right now.
Gardner-Webb has an interesting slate coming up. They host Asheville and Upstate, but how about that final game of the regular season at Winthrop, who is 9-0, their travel partner to end the year.
And that's been an interesting travel arrangement, as we talked about. You know, right now they're sitting at number 10 in the conference. Winthrop is number 1, so it's always an interesting duality the other teams have to play when that duo shows up. But right now we see Gardner-Webb on the cusp of winning their first set.
Don't sleep on Abby Sprinkle here at the service line. This is her 44th career match and trying to lead her team to a set win. Here's Alina Heath going over the double into the body of Johnston. Now Jeffco Troy on the swing block. Gets it through past Heath, and Gardner-Webb was set point.
Wow, the Gardner-Webb bench is on their feet, cheering as loud as you can imagine inside Gore Arena right now. They're 1 point away. They've got Campbell on their back heels.
Gardner-Webb serving for the set. Minnard knocks it up. Heath takes a strike off of Johnston and dug out by the running Bulldogs. Freed over to Page. Now Green. She gets a tip, and Layla Green off the arm of Maria Emick keeps Campbell's hopes alive in the set.
A great job by Green. You see her coming up here, well placed for Campbell, right down that line, and those are the type of plays that Campbell needs to be emphasizing, those right along the lines, outside hits like that.
Now Maddie Miner trying to keep Campbell in this set. Good service bumped up by Johnston. And a double touch there from Maria Emick, the junior of Indianapolis. Campbell 2 straight set points. What a crucial juncture here for Maddie Miner on the service line.
Maddie Miner, number 7 in the Big South right now for service aces. Campbell would really like to see some of those.
Sprinkle with the bump set. Emick another chance. Right up against the net and putting it away down line into the corner is Melody Page, the freshman. That's her 3rd kill. And Camille Jones of Gardner-Webb forced to call a timeout. So how about Campbell here? They've run off 3 straight set points and laid on their freshman this time.
One of the things we've seen is Campbell's been able to come out of timeouts really well, and one thing I think Coach Coral has been able to do is really get his squad settled in. They are looking for, and more importantly, adapting to this Gardner-Webb team. And I think as a young coach, that's a tough thing for Camille Jones to do, is how to adapt. She's obviously come in with a well-thought-out plan. She's maximizing the weaknesses of Campbell at this time. But Coach Gorel, with his experience, having been head coach here now for 7 seasons, he can adapt. And I think it's very dangerous to be playing Greg Gorel's team coming out of timeouts. They're going to read what Gardner-Webb is serving up for them right now.
Campbell continues a 5-match homestand. Keep in mind they've won 7 straight at home. A couple of key matchups with High Point and Radford next weekend.
Campbell's got a really tough schedule. They've got some obviously big challenges. Winthrop, number 1 in the conference coming in. High Point, number 2, and Radford is a team you cannot take for granted either. And then on the road up to Asheville and Upstate, challenging opponents all the way. 5 big games coming up for Campbell. But first, they got to get past the running Bulldogs.
And that's certainly been a tougher task than we may have expected into this matchup. Both teams hitting above 220 in this first set. An offensive-minded opening set. And now after fighting off 3 straight set points, Maddie Miner to serve. Miner targets Emick, an overpass, and Heath barely touches the back line. A set-saving swing from Heath.
Heath was able to just get that kiss in there and able to do it. We see a similar performance that the Bulldogs had against Upstate and Radford. Both those sets went to the other team, 26-24.
What a serve by Maddie Miner. 5 straight points for Campbell, now with set point.
You see that service ace right there by Maddie Miner. One of the reasons why she's number 7 in the conference right now. Comes in with 26 service aces prior to this match.
Maddie Miner trying to win a 6th straight point as Campbell trailed 24-20 late in this set. Now set point for Campbell. Johnston gets it up. Jeffco Troy on the swing block. Miner sets it for Heath. Nicely done by the running Bulldogs. Johnston into the block. Another chance. That ball is freed over.
Oh.
Minor to the back corner, gets a touch. And Maddie Minor, who served her way through the set, gets the final point as Campbell comes from behind, 26-24.
Wow, there was a moment just before Maddie Minor served where she was looking over her team, who was dancing the entire time, and put a big laugh on her face.
Minor with the ace tied it up, and then Maddie Minor took care of business herself. 26-24 Campbell through the first set of play. Set 2 coming up next on ESPN+. Welcome back here as we get you set for set number 2. Campbell in comeback fashion, 26-24 winner, and Campbell down to their set point. They came alive with some good defense.
Wow, they were challenged by this Gardner-Webb team. They came out wanting to win this set, and for a minute there, looked like they were going to do it. We've seen Gardner-Webb do this against several other teams, and they seem committed to it. Campbell had to respond. They responded really well, as you see here. Their defense came back up by the likes of Nana Patterson, and of course, our player to watch, Melody Page. And then, more importantly, Maddie Minor were just able to pull off the serves and really be a key all-around player for Campbell to close out the set with the last 6 points.
Gardner-Webb jumped up 6-1. They also had a 24-20 lead. But it was Maddie Minor down the stretch who closed out the first set. As Gardner-Webb, oh so close to a first set. They have not won one in the entire conference slate this year, which makes you curious tonight, Sal. There's 5 games going on in the Big South, and one of those, Hampton and Winthrop. Winthrop undefeated, Hampton at 1-7. But the Pirates, they won set 1 at home. You can't take anyone lightly in this league.
Can't take anyone lightly. Winthrop, the #1 team in the conference, is going to be coming down to Bowie's Creek tomorrow, while the Running Bulldogs head up to Hampton tomorrow. So definitely an interesting position to be in as we get ready here for set number 2.
Maddie Minor, who ended set 1, serves for set 2, and digs a great swing by Maya Jeffcoat-Troy. Back comes Sprinkle on the set. Tees it up for Johnston. Gets a tip at the net. Off the fingers of Melody Page. And a quick start for Gardner-Webb.
We saw Gardner-Webb come out strong in that first set. We can expect a similar performance here in the second set. This is a Gardner-Webb team that is not distraught by just coming within 1 point of putting away Campbell in the first set.
Long serve by Donaldson. Eats up Sarah Kala. And that's the first ace of the match for Gardner-Webb.
Sarah Call looks like she just couldn't quite get herself turned around to get that ball. She seems a little surprised about herself with that shot.
Hannah Donaldson, the sophomore, coming off a career high in blocks in her last match. Serving is not her specialty, but causing trouble on 2 straight serves. Ashley Downer can't keep that ball up. First point for Campbell here in set 2.
Ashley Downer on the ground trying to get that ball up, just could not get that dig out. One of the things that Campbell is particularly good at is aiming their serves and who they're going to serve to and where they're going to direct that ball.
Exhibit A, as Melody Page converts on the overpass, touches the line. Campbell quickly ties it.
Ashley Downer with that overpass could not get it, so it could be set it up by Gardner-Webb. We saw them do that extremely well in the first set.
4 kills now for Melody Page, the freshman. Johnston, the senior, goes to the back row. And Miner to the back set for Heath. Jeffcoat Troy forced to set it. Johnston cuts the angle and gets it over. And what a connection. Second straight kill for Melody Page, who now has 5 kills in her last 4 matches.
It's like Molly Johnson did not get a good set for that play. Threw the ball off and just teed it up for Campbell to be able to get the kill.
A creative finish by the freshman. Gardner-Webb giving up 3 straight points and make it 4. A block from Sarah Kalla. Help along the way with Melody Page. And this front row for Campbell, 9 blocks tonight.
My Jeffcoat Troy up there for that outside hit, not able to get success. And one of the things we've seen is Campbell come back very strong in their second sets.
Sprinkle touches it for Johnston. Heath punches it away, no chance for the senior. And make it 8 kills tonight for Molly Johnston. We saw Gardner-Webb in that first set hit .235. Here in the second set, a negative hitting percentage. Seems like Campbell's made some adjustments. Now Kalla goes right into the net. The pressure there from Roycraft. And a slow start for Sarah Kalla here in this match. 4 kills, but only hitting .150.
Sarah Kalla just a little bit low on her hits. We've seen multiple times that this has happened for Kalla. She is just not well adjusted into this match yet.
And that ball falls. Miner couldn't touch it twice. Kate Menz looked at Miner, and it was a game of who's going to grab it. Instead, it falls right in.
She's not able to move fast enough. Maddie Miner was looking for Menz to come in and get that ball, and she just wasn't able to move in fast enough.
Miner now takes control, tees it up for Melody Page, and she has 3 kills in this set. Page exits, but that's been a nice rotation for Campbell in the front row.
Wow, Melody Page just having an outstanding game right now. We talked about her being the player to watch, and as a young freshman, this is exactly what Coach Gorel wanted. Wanted to get her in there, get her some play time, and more importantly, get some swings.
This is a tough return, and no chance for Sophia Bolden, the freshman. The hitting error gives Campbell its first lead of this set at 6-5.
One of the things we've seen is Gardner-Webb's been very strong in their first sets, but then they tend to peter out a little bit. And it could be a little bit of endurance, but Campbell's going to bring the pressure against them in this second set.
Elise Gross targeting Bolden on the serve. She goes up for it, hits the back corner, and Sophia Bolden having a breakout effort tonight. 5 kills. This might be her best.
Wow, young freshman able to get it right down that line, way past the Campbell defense, and more importantly, be able to defeat the likes of Alina Heath in the back line.
Here's Molly Johnston to serve. She has struggled from the service line this year. More errors than aces. And a good knuckleball sends Heath to the floor. A free ball for Gardner-Webb. Emick off the touch of Heath, and she plays it backwards. Campbell wanted a double touch. Instead, it's a 1-point lead for Gardner-Webb. Timeout called by Campbell. We'll take the break as well. Gardner-Webb off to a strong start here in set 2 after Campbell takes the first set on the ESPN+. Welcome back inside Gore Arena. This matchup all time has been deadlocked. Former ASUN foes now in the Big South, tied at 9 apiece. But it's been Campbell as of late, including a 3-0 set win last year, really dominating this recent series.
You got to go back to 2014 to see when Gardner-Webb had won this series. Sarah Collins really having a slow start. She did extremely well last time these two teams met. She's only got 4 kills right now in this match.
Maddie Miner running all over the floor, bumps it over, and the first kill of the match from the junior, finding a way to even up this match.
Maddie Miner, the junior, just really able to kind of really play smart volleyball. One of the things you like to be able to see is that she makes that decision as the setter, whether to go ahead and set it up for the kills or to take advantage and get that push over the net.
This is Emily Mitter, the freshman, in to serve. She goes deep to the back row, and Coleman lays off at the very last second. That's a service error from Campbell.
Campbell's been particularly doing good on their serves throughout this season. Not so good this game.
Campbell third in the conference in aces. Today, more errors than aces, as Patterson flicks her wrist and finds the back corner. Ananda Patterson now with 5 kills. She's hitting 500 in these first 2 sets.
Wow, just a great job by Ananda Patterson. Again, one of the things Campbell has been wanting to do is get their freshmen out there and get some plays. Coach Gorl's got a pretty good lineup. He feels very comfortable with this lineup he has.
Bolden keeps it up, and now Emick into the block of Patterson. Right back to Maria Emick. Now she touches it over. Gross diving to save it. And Gardner-Webb, some creative touches in this second set, as they're the first to 10 points.
They seemed a little bit more set in their first set. I mean, they were able to get themselves organized, really be able to play the game they wanted to. They seem a little scrambled right now in the second set, yet they're hanging tight with this team right now. Only a 1-point differential with them having the lead for Gardner-Webb.
Keep in mind, Gardner-Webb 0-9. They have lost every set in the conference. And Sarah Kalla goes far side corner. Elena Heath, in fact, with the swing and the kill. Third kill of the match for Heath, who has struggled early in these first 2 sets. Johnston, a high return on the serve. Now she gets a swing at it and buries a kill. Molly Johnston, 9 kills. That's 1 shy of her career high.
Molly Johnson just definitely having a great game right now, and this is exactly what Gardner-Webb will need. They haven't won a set since they won one of the only 2 games they won against Alabama A&M over a month ago, back at the end of September.
Molly Johnston, the senior, having a breakout effort, and Hannah Donaldson takes advantage of the serve-receive mistake. Running Bulldogs back up to the front row of Gardner-Webb. How have they impacted this match?
Hannah Donaldson, that 6'3" frame right there from Virginia Beach, is definitely a powerhouse for that team. Her and Roycraft are definitely going to be a key play. We just saw a block right there by
Donaldson with the block, then a swing, and the kill. What a sequence for Hannah Donaldson, the sophomore. She has come alive in set 2.
You can see this move by Donaldson. Ball went dead off Sarah Kalla. Kalla's kind of getting upset. She needs to kind of get herself settled down and play this game the way she does.
Quick set to Melody Page. And let's not sleep on the freshman, her 6th kill. She leads Campbell offensively tonight.
Most recent loss for Campbell was against Presbyterian, and Coach Gorl talked about the fact that his 4 main attackers were all having kind of off games. So if Sarah Kalla is not going to be on her game tonight, you really expect the other Campbell players to step up, and that's what we're seeing right now.
Kalla and Heath both hitting below 200. It's been the middles, Page and Patterson carrying the charge. Johnston goes right off of Kate Menz, and Molly Johnston is now in double figures. She's also hitting 500, so not much has slowed down the senior tonight.
Oh, Molly Johnson is exactly the performance Gardner-Webb wants to see. And now we see Hannah Donaldson coming up for the serve.
Donaldson had 3 aces in a match this year, almost her first tonight. In transition, Sprinkle, the back set. And that goes right into the net by Alexandria Roycraft. A slow start for the middle blocker. Campbell back within 2.
Roycraft low into the net for that shot, not able to get it to clear. Giving an opportunity for Campbell to come in. Lena Heath on the serve. She leads the conference right now in service aces.
She had 4 aces in her last match. Gardner-Webb picks it up perfectly, and Maya Jeffcoat-Troy skies into the air on the slide. Gardner-Webb, you can see the energy from this unit. They're locked in tonight.
Maya Jeffco Troy with great move right here. It's funny, we were talking to Coach Gorel earlier today, talking about this fact when a team gets on a run, but you're getting close to that 15-point scoring. Do you call that timeout or you let it go? And right now we see them wanting to go ahead and play.
Plenty of trouble here for Campbell defensively. Now with the serve, Maddie Riggs, the freshman from High Point, North Carolina. Elise Gross having trouble with it. Kane the bump set to Kala, and she rips one long. Gardner-Webb has given Sarah Kala all she can handle tonight. More errors than kills. Give that front row a lot of credit. Riggs again, a deep serve. Campbell a bit disjointed. Kala rolls a shot and beats the libero, Carissa Coleman. That's her 5th kill for Kala.
They read Kala going long on that one, and she, with the little tap there, was able to get it short. Great move by the sophomore.
What a fluid match we've had. Campbell a 26-24 win in set 1. And Gardner-Webb has led from the start in set 2. Boy, what a dig there by Elise Gross. Kala into the net, touched by Roycraft. And the 2nd straight kill by the freshman of the year last season in Sarah Kala.
That was a great save there by Elise Gross, and then to follow it up by Sarah Kala. Exactly what you want to see Campbell do. You have to think Gardner-Webb is coming in here really looking for that first win.
Oh, Sarah Kala bumped into Patterson and missed it. Long on the return. A rare mishap from an all-conference outside hitter in Kala. And Gardner-Webb now up 3. Gardner-Webb, no set wins to show for it, but it might be their best match in conference play. Patterson goes directly into the net, affected by Roycraft. Here come the running Bulldogs. They've had 6 blocks in this set alone and really putting pressure on Campbell.
And we knew that coming in, that there's going to be a tough team to go against in the net.
Johnston with the service error. If there's anything keeping Campbell in this set, it has been the play of Molly Page and Ananda Patterson. 11 combined kills, but right now, Patterson and Green working in the middle alongside Sarah Kala.
Page and Patterson have definitely been a force for Campbell.
Here's a long set by Riggs, and Emick easily connects. Maria Emick with her 3rd kill of the match.
Remick was able to thread that needle right there between Kane and Gross. Did a great job in maximizing that hit. The libero and the libero from last year could not respond fast enough for Campbell.
That serve is long by Carissa Coleman, but it's worth mentioning. Gardner-Webb tonight, 9 different players have logged a kill. For Campbell, it's been 2 players with at least 6. A little bit more of a stacked effort for CU. And here's their kills later on the season. Sarah Kala to serve. Kala off the fingertips of Molly Johnston, and that's the first ace of the night for Kala.
Kala looks like she's getting a little bit more comfortable, a little more centered in here. Been a good server for Campbell throughout the year.
21 aces for the sophomore. Goes for another on this float serve. Riggs has to shoot for it. Emick bumps it over. Now Green. Does not get a tip. And Layla Green sends it long, giving Gardner-Webb a 3-point lead.
Campbell with a great setup there. Gardner-Webb was not able to really get that ball set for an offside hit.
Both these teams dead even hit percentage, 300 in this 2nd set. Now Sprinkle sizzling up some trouble, and an ace for Abby Sprinkle, the senior. The 2-time all-conference honor roll selection, sending her girls to the floor and giving Gardner-Webb a 4-point lead.
Wow, you gotta say Gardner-Webb's services have been spot on right now. They've been really been able to get points off the serve, something we heard Coach Jones wanting to do.
Sarah Kala rips one from the back row, touches the corner. And for Kala, her 7th kill. She now leads Campbell. Campbell might need her to step up to win this set.
Campbell's finding itself in a position it found itself in the first set.
Trailed 24-20 and won the final 6 points. Jeffco Troy gets a touch from Ananda Patterson trying to save it. And on the slide, Maya Jeffco Troy extends the lead to 4.
you're Campbell, you got to think about Winthrop coming in, the #1 team in the conference tomorrow, and you'd want to be able to put down the #10 team pretty easily. But right now, Gardner-Webb is not going easily. They're making it a challenge for Campbell.
Camille Jones's club is not playing like a 0-9 team tonight. Heath, a touchdown line, bumped up by Coleman. Here's Johnston. Diving to the floor goes Saracala. And Heath again into the block, kept alive. Here comes Gardner-Webb. This is Johnston. Right off the fingers of Layla Green, and a roof from the freshman, keeping Campbell in this set.
Great setup there by Gardner-Webb. Abby Sprinkle was able to finally get a good set for Gardner-Webb, but again, that Campbell defense was able to shut down the Gardner-Webb's offense.
Campbell averaging 2 blocks a set on the season. Today they have 10 blocks. Very productive. Now some confusion as Johnston gets it over. Minor sets it long for Heath, trying to go left-handed, and no chance for the senior. Gardner-Webb in another precarious position, 3 points from the set. Can the Running Bulldogs close it out here in set 2?
Donaldson's been doing good for Gardner-Webb on the serve.
And an ace for Donaldson. Second ace of the set for Hannah. And the wave of the Running Bulldogs forcing a timeout by Campbell head coach Greg Gorel. What more can you say about this Gardner-Webb team? Their numbers coming in have been a bit abysmal. 0.79 hit percentage. Tonight they're hitting .247. We've seen some service aces. This team playing completely different than what they expected coming in.
We've seen them come close in several Big South matches. They've been able to contend. I mean, that record of 0-9 is a bit deceiving based on the fact that 7 of those sets they were able to get within a few points of putting it away. But tonight we really see Coach Jones executing a strategy that seems to be working for them. They're maximizing their serves. They're doing extremely well in their serves. They're blocking, which we knew coming in was going to be a challenge for Campbell. That Gardner-Webb was able to get the blocks up. Where Gardner-Webb has to work a little bit more is getting the sets, getting themselves set up so that they can use their kills, something they have not been able to do right now. Campbell, in the meantime, has got to get himself centered in. They're not getting the points off.
Gardner-Webb coming into this season, they won 1 game in conference last year and the year prior. A team that had 3 freshmen of the week last year. 2 of those players are back, and we've seen some sophomores step up in this match today, including Hannah Donaldson, who has really taken over for Gardner-Webb.
No, and we've seen them come in earlier this year. They were ranked in the top 40 for blocks in the first month. So that was definitely an element that we knew Gardner-Webb was going to be a good defensive team to play against. And most importantly, I think Gardner-Webb is playing with a deep squad today. They're able to get their players out there. Injuries have plagued this team throughout the season, yet we don't see that being a major factor right now for Gardner-Webb.
Would not have thought it's the Gardner-Webb service that would make life so difficult. 10th in the league in service aces. Donaldson coming off an ace herself. Goes to Gross. Good dig, beautifully done. Ashley Downer gets it back up, and Jeffco Troy frees it over. Minor, the jump set. Tough touch there by Page. Johnston off the double, gets a tip. Ball kept alive by Menz into the net. And set point on the way for Gardner-Webb.
Wow, Bulldogs are on a good run right now. They definitely have momentum on their side to be able to put this away. Campbell being 7 points away from a set.
It was 24-20 in set 1, and Campbell came back to win. Service error gives Campbell a chance to serve themselves down set point. And it comes up to the ace leader on this team, and Alina Heath. She'll need to string together 5 straight points to extend this match.
We've seen Alina Heath be able to do that with service aces and being key on the serve.
How about this rotation? Haley Wilson, the sophomore, comes in for Kate Menz late in this rotation.
We haven't seen Haley in yet all game. First time playing for CU in this match.
Now Johnston hits it off a Minor, and that ends set number 2. For the first time in conference play, Gardner-Webb wins a set, 25-19, as we head to our halftime break. All tied at 1. Good matchup here on a Friday night in Buies Creek. When we come back, the Geico halftime report as the Running Bulldogs celebrate their set win.
I want it.
I can't believe it.
That car brought his karaoke machine.
nothing but a heartache.
No, I can't believe how easy it was to save hundreds of dollars on my car insurance with Geico.
Tell me why I never wanted to say.
Go, Kevin. Go, Kevin. No.
Believe it, Geico could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Bon boy.
Discover the new language of travel.
Bon voy.
Marriott Bonvoy. 30 hotel brands, endless experiences, rewards reimagined.
Dang. This, my friends, is the new garlic Parmesan crust on a one-topping pizza for just $10. Better ingredients, better pizza. Papa John's.
Don't just throw a tailgate, own the tailgate with a Bojangles Big Bow Box. Only Bojangles brings the flavor to every tailgate with mouth-watering chicken, fresh buttery biscuits, flavorful fixins, and freshly steeped legendary iced tea. Because how can you expect to win the game if you don't win the tailgate? Feed all the hungry tailgaters in your group with an 8, 12, or 20-piece Big Bow Box. Bojangles, it's bow time, y'all!
What sets Carly C's apart is personalized service and quality. That's why we cut and package our meat fresh every day in store. And if you don't find what you're looking for, then tell the butcher and we'll custom cut it for you. We also grind our own beef and make our own fresh country sausage and meatloaf. At Carly C's, we don't cut corners when it comes to meat. Thanks for shopping.
Hometown proud, Carly C's, IGA.
Welcome to Mount Crustmore, where toasty Parmesan peaks soar high above a sea of garlicky goodness. The new garlic Parmesan crust for just $10, only at Papa John's.
This Big South game is brought to you in part by Sunbelt Rentals. We have equipment for that. And Marriott, the official hotel partner of the Big South Conference.
Welcome back inside Gore Arena. Evan Budrovich and Salmer Cogliano with you. How about Gardner-Webb, their first set win in Big South Conference play, a convincing set number 2, 25-19. The running Bulldogs, they had set point for a good run here in the first set, and Campbell came storming back. How about our numbers from the first 2 sets? And so far, Sal, Campbell has controlled the net with the blocks, but the aces for Gardner-Webb, well, may not be 28. They've certainly done a good job of affecting the pace of play. Already 3 aces for the Bulldogs in this first set.
They've been doing a great job, and one of the things that we're seeing is that they're maximizing on their kills. Again, the most kills they've had against a Big South team has been 34 all season. They've maxed out with 50 against Alabama A&M, and so definitely their offensive spirit and their offensive ability has been max against this team. Campbell has not been able, even with the blocks they've had, not been able to shut down this Gardner-Webb offense tonight.
Campbell and Gardner-Webb, the first and only matchup here on the season.
You have to go back.
When we come back, we'll get you all set for set number 3 here inside Gore Arena. Welcome back inside Gore Arena. Campbell and Gardner-Webb all squared at 1 set apiece. It's time now for set 3. After Gardner-Webb, an impressive start, picking up a 25-19 set win to even things up. Evan Budrovich and Salmer Coglano with you tonight. We've already seen Winthrop drop a set on the road at Hampton, and now it's Campbell dropping a home set tonight. Serving us underway is Ashley Downer, the freshman. Now Kate Menz, who digs it out, goes for a swing, and nicely bumped over by Abby Sprinkle. This is Melody Page getting a touch, and Coleman saves it. Jeffco Troy off the slide, knocked up by Green. Menz hits the antenna, and Gardner-Webb point, ruled by our lead official, Michael Holder, the top umpire. Campbell might want a second look at this. And now Greg Gorel asking the side judge for his interpretation of the call. This is Stephen Truckenbrod talking with Greg Gorel, and there comes the challenge. You have 3 to work with, and Greg Gorel calls his first challenge card of the night.
Katie Menz came up on the left side here, closest to the camera. And it looks like she hit the antenna when she came up.
Now the question I think too that Campbell's asking, when the ball was deflected, did it hit the antenna after it touched Gardner-Webb?
Right.
Because it's clear it touched the antenna, and we'll see if we can get a look at it for you. Check where that ball hits the antenna. Oh, you're right. I think Jeffco Troy might have hit the antenna herself. Number 12, we can show that one more time. Because I don't think the ball hit the antenna. It looks like more the player might have hit it, which is then ruled a violation on Gardner-Webb. We'll show you one more look here as this opens up set number 3. Greg Gorel using his challenge card. Yeah, there is a antenna violation. Nicely spotted. Maya Jeffco Troy commits the mistake. And Campbell now with the 1-point lead to open up this set.
Greg Gorel has been very strategic in the use of his challenge cards this year. We've seen him
He
come
told
away
us
with
he
it.
didn't keep stats of his cards. I'm kind of surprised head coaches don't. Try to track their challenge rates and if they win or not. All we know is Gorel's 1 for 1 tonight. An overpass. Sprinkle somehow got to it. And a net violation on Abby Sprinkle. Illegal touch over the head. Seeing a much more enthused effort from Campbell out of this timeout break.
Campbell came in a little subdued those last 2 sets. They definitely need to start off strong and break up that momentum that Gardner-Webb has been able to get. They were able to do that in the first set, but not the second set.
Johnston gets a piece off of Melody Page. And a continued strong start. Molly Johnston, a career-high 12 kills. She gets the first point in set 3 for Gardner-Webb. Hannah Donaldson, 2 aces tonight. And maybe a third. Here goes Heath sprinting back. Freed over by Page. And on the slide, Alexandria Roycraft. Her second kill after an extremely slow start, hitting -280. Making her presence felt in set 3.
Yeah, we've not heard too much from Roycraft here. Definitely a big play for her in this third set.
How about Donaldson? Look how deep she serves from. Off the net. Making life tough for Green. Shoots it long. Gets a touch at the net. And that was tipped by Maya Jeffco Troy.
Johnson, 6'3", can go a little bit deeper in the back there.
Elise Gross now in a serve as Campbell has a libero and a setter in the back row. No Sarah Kalla in this rotation. Jeffco Troy beats the block, tools it in for the kill. And leading on the hot hand, Maya now with 6 kills.
Gardner-Webb's been doing a great job of being able to get through that block set up by Patterson and Green. Just not able to shut down this Gardner-Webb offense.
Keep in mind, Gardner-Webb just won its first set in conference play this year. And now with us even at 1 apiece, you're starting to tell a little bit. Campbell might have looked ahead just a tad to that Winthrop matchup against the 9-0 Eagles tomorrow. And as Sarah Kalla comes back in, they will need the sophomore to help this club get ahead 2-1.
You have to go back to September 21st for the last time Gardner-Webb had won a set. That's a big achievement right now for the running Bulldogs.
An ace for Emily Minner. That's her 4th. We see Elena Heath, who leads this Campbell team in aces, trying to inspire her club as Campbell dropped the second set. Back set for Johnston. Was there a touch? No, there was not. Michael Holder says no touch at the net. Gardner-Webb thought there was for a second. Had a weird angle coming off the swing there, but ruled out. No challenge by Camille Jones. Set middle to Roycraft, blocked by Patterson, and dumped in. It's the setter this time. Gardner-Webb so creative, and Sophia Bolden finishes it off.
It was a great job. It was stuffed down on to Sarah Kala right here.
Overpass, and a net violation by Campbell. Gardner-Webb back within 1. The serves of the running Bulldogs, maybe not the ace totals, just 3, but they've made life tough for Campbell.
They have. Coming in here, we knew this was something that Coach Jones wanted to correct. Knew they had to get some points off their service, something they haven't been able to do all season.
Another long shot by Sarah Kala, who does lead Campbell in kills tonight. That said, she's also leads Campbell in errors. Knotted up at 6. Johnston floats it deep to Gross. Here's Green. Gets a tip at the net off the fingers of Roycraft. And Campbell back in front by 1.
Campbell has not been able to pull much of a lead. We saw a little bit there in the second set, but this has been a tight matches between both these teams.
Here's Green to serve. Layla, a low bullet towards Coleman. Now Bolden, the center, perfectly dug out by Mitter. Coleman with a dig as well. Now Johnston from the back row, feeling a career high in kills tonight. Patterson off the dig of Johnston, but nobody there to scoop it up. And Gardner-Webb unable to save it. Campbell up 2.
That's a great set by Mitter. Mitter did a great job with first the dig and then the set right there for Layla Green.
Now Layla Green in to serve. Just 5 aces on the season for Green. Results in a point. Kala cleans it up at the net.
Nice stuff by Sarah Kala. Just a quick little touch on the other side of the net, be able to put it away.
Timeout called by Gardner-Webb as we'll take the timeout. Set 3 and a good matchup. Campbell trying to jump up 2-1. We return here on ESPN Plus. Welcome back. Midway through set number 3. Evan Budrovich and Sal Mercaglano with you on ESPN Plus. Gardner-Webb winning its first ever set in conference play this season. But here in set 3, Campbell has come back thanks to their offensive attack, hitting 500 early in the set.
Campbell's doing really well in the swings as we see Layla Green coming up in here for the serve right now.
Long set by Riggs, and that's blocked from Patterson. And on to Patterson, part of a 6-block effort from Campbell's front row tonight.
On to Patterson, just doing a great job against that net, dominating the middle of the court there for Campbell.
Right into the net goes Green, giving the serve back.
Question now is, Evan, if Campbell can hold this lead or else the Bulldogs will come back as they've been doing on serves.
Carissa Coleman with her teammates all surfing behind her. Minner goes middle to Patterson. Dug up by Green. A joust at the net. It's kept alive. Here's Kala. Tough angle. Gets a piece. Donaldson flicks it over. Minner back to Kala. That is touched at the net. Off the fingertips of Maria Emick. And a kill for Sarah Kala.
That was a great fight there along the net. Ball danced on top of that net for just a second, but Sarah Kala able to put it away. Kala's been having a kind of a mixed game here today for Campbell.
Another set for Emick. She sneaks it through the block of Melody Page. And Maria Emick now up to 4 kills tonight. 9 different players have scored for Gardner-Webb. Now Abby Sprinkle, the senior from Boiling Springs, South Carolina. Across the state lines from Gardner-Webb to serve. Sarah Kala taking target practice on the far sideline. No chance for Johnston, and that's what Sarah Kala can do best.
Sarah Kala coming in from the 10-foot line, just getting some air and able to put it down very effectively here.
Sarah Kala, 10 kills, leading Campbell tonight. When she is clicking, this Campbell team tough to stop. Johnston goes back row to Gross. Now it's Green. Off the tip of Donaldson. She's been a presence tonight at the net. Sprinkle, back set to Jeffco Troy. Dug up by Coleman. Good play at the front of the net. Minor back to Menz. And Coleman all over it. Here's Troy. Tip drill, picked up by Campbell. Heath. Off a strong block. Jeffco Troy to bump set. And Emick beats the middle block of Melody Page. 3 kills in the set for Maria Emick.
One of the things we've been seeing is Campbell's Alina Heath has not been really producing a lot for them. Only 3 kills so far. Her shots over the net have not been falling the way she wants this game, and that's really costing Campbell right now.
This is Downer to serve. Minor in transition finds Heath. That ball's kept up for a moment. And Coleman couldn't save it. Kill for Alina Heath. 4 kills by the senior, who now serves.
I stand corrected. Alina must have heard me in my last comment.
Alina Heath very aware out there on the floor, that's for sure. Inching closer to 9th all-time in Campbell history for kills. That is off the block of Donaldson. Slowing down Melody Page, Campbell's most effective swinger tonight.
Melody Page thought she had that clear against Gardner-Webb and got stuff back at her. Not able to respond to it. It's great defense there by Gardner-Webb up against the middle of the net. We knew that they were going to be strong there, and that's what we're seeing this match.
Keep tabs on the long serves of Hannah Donaldson. Leads Gardner-Webb and aces. On the slide, I think that hit net. And it hit a Gardner-Webb player as well at the net. It touched Maya Jeffco Troy, so a point for Campbell as Page gets the kill. She comes out, and Kate Menz enters. This is Gross to serve. Back set for Johnston. Good dig by Gross, saved by Menz, and Patterson bumps it over. Sprinkle goes middle. Johnston's touch is blocked, and it lands in. Acrobatic effort by Menz and Minor to deny the shot.
Great job right there by Kate Menz. Another big player for Campbell coming up.
Timeout called by Gardner-Webb. And now, if you're Campbell, trying to bounce back in this set number 3. What they've been able to do, Sal, for the first time all match is get to 15 first. It's been Gardner-Webb jumping out early. And now in this set, Campbell has shown their resolve.
They've been controlling the tempo of this set for sure, Evan. I think one of the things that we've seen is Campbell's been coming out. They've been able to get themselves set up. They've been able to run their offense the way they want to. And more importantly, they've been able to really shut down Gardner-Webb's offense. Campbell's defense is up. They've been playing very hard up against this line. Gardner-Webb came in strong, but one of the problems we've seen with Gardner-Webb is the endurance to go this. They haven't gone into a 4th set since late September. And the question is, do they have the endurance to keep up with this Campbell team?
Campbell, a balanced effort all season long. Sarah Kala and Lena Heath, both in the top 10 in terms of kills this year. But in this match, Sal, it's been hardly the story. Sarah Kala does have 10 kills, but hitting .220. What have you seen from Melody Page and her 7 kills on the bench right now, and Amanda Patterson with 5 kills herself to carry this offense?
I think one of the things we've been seeing is Campbell is getting the kills they need. The problem is they're also getting the errors. They're getting the blocks. They're not getting as many as they want. Sarah Kahlo just seemed to be a little bit off those first 2 sets, whereas Melody Page definitely seems very comfortable. Good young freshman, getting the swings like Coach Gorel wants for this team.
Elise Gross back to serve for a tense Campbell sideline. Abby Sprinkle bumps it up for Johnston. She's had an awesome night, career high in kills with 12 so far. And Green's denied by Maya Jeffcoat Troy. Speaking of number 12, a roof from the redshirt junior.
Wow, Layla Green did a great job setting that up, getting back in the position to get that kill, and then that ball gets stuffed right back at her.
And some loving affection there from Camille Jones, an arm around the shoulder of Jeffcoat Troy. Gardner-Webb, a win in set 2, and now trying to stay alive in set 3. Another block at the net. Roycraft and Bolden combine on the block. 2 straight points from this front row.
Roycraft comes in with 65 blocks into this, and we knew she was going to be a force for Gardner-Webb. We're seeing that right now.
And that's going to be an illegal touch by Campbell. How about this? 3 straight points out of the timeout. Gardner-Webb responding well.
Gardner-Webb closing that lead Campbell had.
Maddie Riggs on the serve. Minor, the set to Green. And she finds the back line perfectly. Far side of the floor. And Layla Green coming alive with her 5th kill.
We saw Layla Green do a lot for Campbell when Sarah Kahlo was out after the High Point game. We saw Layla Green come in, get 22 kills against Upstate.
Mitter, a deep float serve. Scooped up by Downer. And a great response. Sophia Bolden, red hot in set 1. Bolden had 4 kills. This is her first kill of set 3.
Lena Heath trying to dig that out and was unable to.
Gardner-Webb now on a 4-1 run. Johnston to serve. Mitter on the move, up to Kala. No touch at the net, and Sarah Kala misses long. Here comes Gardner-Webb back within 1.
As Gardner-Webb, Running Bulldogs do not want to let go.
High Point and Radford have split a set tonight. Winthrop and Hampton have split a set. And here Gardner-Webb and Campbell also splitting the first 2. Don't tell Sarah Kala just yet. She rises for her 11th kill. Leading all players tonight, the sophomore from California.
Able to get it right there on the floor between Coleman and Johnson. Not able to respond for the Running Bulldogs.
In fact, tonight, all 5 matchups have split sets. A little more of an even Friday than we saw last week. Mitter sliding up, gets it to Patterson. Coleman, a fantastic dig. And now Emmett can swing. Here's Kala, touches it over the block. Mitter forced to bump it up to Kala. She takes a rip on it, off the arms of Johnston. And the 12th kill by Sarah Kala.
Sarah Kala having a great game. It just, you don't see her really being comfortable. I mean, in the first couple of sets there, she just seemed not to be in the mood that we expected to see Sarah Kala in. She seems much better now in this 3rd set.
Riggs tees it up for Bolden and denied by Patterson. And on to Patterson in this front row for Campbell. 8 blocks in this match.
Patterson Heath able to get up there perfectly time that block and be able to stuff it back at Gardner-Webb.
Green to serve. A bullet towards Emick. Now a back set for Johnston. Misses long. As Campbell the first to 20 here in set 3. A crucial swing set as Gardner-Webb has never won 2 sets in a match in conference play. Heck, they won their first set just a moment ago in set 2.
That's a long time. 28 sets it took them to get to that point. But again, if you're Coach Jones, one of the things you want to be able to do is show that you can compete at this level being a brand new coach.
Sarah Kala takes a rip. That ball goes out and wide to the far side as Molly Johnston can't save it. Campbell here on a 5-0 run.
Good eyes there by Sarah Kala.
Camille Jones holding on to that final timeout. Actually, she's used both. My apologies. Instead, it's a service error by Layla Green, giving it right back. Gardner-Webb now tries to break momentum, trailing by 5.
Carissa Coleman, the libero for the Running Bulldogs, up for serve.
Coleman has had double-figure digs in 5 straight matches. Playing a strong effort with another dig right there. Bump set. Sprinkle almost had a point. Now it's Kala turning her shoulders. And a double touch on Gardner-Webb from the set. Campbell is 3 points away from taking a 2-1 lead. You see Melody Page entering for Campbell. She's hitting .417 in this match. And right back with a service error. That's 3 straight on the service line for Campbell. Team that's traditionally among the best of the Big South in serves. Not tonight. Now Abby Sprinkle douses one in to Heath. Melody Page takes a chop at it. Back set to Jeffco Troy. Right off the arms of Melody Page. And the freshman with her 4th block of this match.
Wow, Melody Page looking really confident, really comfortable out there. Able to come in for the serve, able to get up there against the net and be able to shut it down. Just what exactly you want to see from a young freshman.
Melody Page, 2nd on this team in blocks behind Ananda Patterson. And she's come to play tonight. Deep dig by Elise Gross. Gives Heath a chance, but right into the block. Donaldson and Jeffco Troy helping Gardner-Webb stay alive in set 3.
Able to deny Alina Heath there. Heath just not able to get the kill she normally gets. She looks a little bit flustered, a little bit winded in this match.
To your point, Heath hitting 0% tonight. 4 kills and 4 errors for the senior. Minor goes middle to Menz. Kate Menz shoots it long. And Gardner-Webb, 3 straight points, trying to fight off elimination.
It's feeling like one of those Freaky Fridays after Halloween days here between all these games and sets across the conference.
Well, Sal, in America, they call that All Saints Day. But certainly, let's not sleep on All Souls Day as well. Or Dia de los Muertos in Spain.
I defer to your Spanish.
As a nautical expert yourself, I figured you'd be well aware of Dia de los Muertos.
I am aware of the Day of the Dead.
Although today, of course, is November 1st, but we do want to thank you for joining us here on ESPN Plus. Eva Modrovic and Sal Mercogliano with you in what expected on paper to be a Campbell blowout. Tonight, it has been much different. Gardner-Webb at 0-9, taking set 2. And Kate Menz trying to end set 3, sliding into the middle, and now set point for Campbell.
Gardner-Webb is making this an exciting matchup. It's exciting to see Gardner-Webb play to this level, something we've been hoping to see them do all season long. And for the young rookie coach, Camille Jones, she has got to be happy with her team so far.
Set point for Campbell. Johnston off the block. That stays in. Now Jeffco Troy hits the net, dug up by Gardner-Webb. Here's Johnston. Down line, Minor can't keep it in play. And can Gardner-Webb pull off the script that Campbell executed in set 1? It was 24-20, running Bulldogs. Campbell won 26-24. Now it's Gardner-Webb's turn, trailing by 4.
And Donaldson's been great for them on the serve. 2 aces already this match.
Oh, called out. And Camille Jones going to use the challenge card. Do not end this set just yet. A challenge has been called, and just on first glance, Sal, I think that serve was in. What were your thoughts?
It'll be tight on the line. It would be hard to see. It's always that angle we're at with the white line and then the Big South marker there. It's not always clear for us on that angle. But it's a smart move by Camille Jones. You're 1 point out of the set. It's close to the line, worth the challenge right now to go ahead and keep yourselves alive. Get the running Bulldogs into potentially the position for a second
You
winning
guys
set.
be the judge at home here. Oh, that looks clearly in. Off the back line there. And Camille Jones right away went to her green card and wanted to challenge that serve. Gardner-Webb looks like they're expecting to continue this set, especially after seeing that first replay.
Oh, I think after that replay, it looked like it was in there for sure. Be a tough angle for Coach Jones to see, but she felt pretty confident. She was quick out with that card and that challenge. We saw Coach Gorel with a challenge earlier, and it went in his favor. Will it go in Coach Jones's favor? That's the next question here.
If this call stands, Campbell wins set 3, and they'll be up 2-1. But based on that replay, I'd be hard-pressed to not be surprised if this set continues.
I think Campbell's going to have to sit on that side for at least one more play.
25-20 the score at the moment, but that all depends on this service challenge called out by Camille Jones, the first-year coach. Meanwhile, for Greg Gorel's bunch, what have you liked from Campbell coming out of that second half break, trying to slow down this red-hot Gardner-Webb team?
Well, again, I go back to Melody Page and Anna Patterson. The freshmen are doing a great job. Sarah Kalla, the sophomore, is having a much better game right now this set in terms of her offensive actions. We haven't seen a lot out of Alina Heath this match. She just seems to be struggling right now. Here we see that play again.
Again, the issue could be with the white of the Big South, but based on that angle, I see a lot of white hitting the ball as it lands out of play, and I think Camille Jones has an argument to be made on this service challenge.
And we still see our ref looking that over. He's seen it now a few times now, trying to slow it down.
That's Stephen Truckenbrod, the side referee. The more you look at it, the more you wonder this might get overturned. And so he'll get essentially the same look we just showed you, and guys, might not be worth it. We just keep showing it more and more to see if you guys can decide at home, because the longer this takes, the more you wonder, will it get overturned? Here's another look at it from Donaldson.
May have been long on that one. It's hard to tell. It is very close. That Big South marker right there and the white ball is always confusing. I think if you're Gardner-Webb and this does go in your favor, again, you're in that position that Campbell was in the first set. Do you have the service to go those 4 more points to be able to put this away? That's the big question right now for Gardner-Webb.
That's probably the best angle we have as well, the same angles that the referees will look at as they review the call. Doesn't stop Campbell from dancing during this challenge. One thing we mentioned with Greg Gorel, how do you not overlook a Gardner-Webb team and prepare for Winthrop tomorrow? He was mentioning about how his prep has been centered in on this matchup pretty much all week.
He has been. It's not like he's been slack on Gardner-Webb focusing on the #1 team. He's been focusing on it, and that's something that we've seen with this new schedule, this Friday-Saturday schedule in Big South play. You have the whole week to kind of focus and get yourself going, and then a very quick turnaround for the next game. Right now, we see Winthrop up at Hampton. They're going to have to play a tough game. They've already lost that first set against Hampton.
The call stands. The service error ends set 3. We're going to go to break as Campbell on a challenge wins set 3. 2-1 lead. When we come back, set number 4 in Bowie's Creek. Welcome back to Bowie's Creek. Campbell takes set 3, 25-20, now leading 2-1 as we kickstart set number 4. And a great night for volleyball in the Big South Conference. A reminder, Big South Conference fans, Geico can save you more today with a Geico alumni discount. Visit BigSouthSports.com/Geico and see what you can save, especially for alumni in the Big South. A special discount available at BigSouthSports.com. Marriott, the official hotel partner of the Big South Conference. For the best rates, book with Marriott today by visiting BigSouthSports.com/Marriott and see what you can save. Gardner-Webb hits the road for Hampton, Virginia tonight. They'll play the Pirates tomorrow. Winthrop comes into town. Right now they are leading Hampton 2-1, but that's a back-and-forth match in Virginia. And the Eagles will come to town tomorrow. If Campbell holds on to win this match, he'll have a 7-2 Campbell against a 10-0 Winthrop. But right now, Campbell has to find a way to finish off Gardner-Webb.
Yeah, Campbell's got to get past these running Bulldogs first. It's going to be a big challenge tomorrow against that Winthrop team, that number 1 spot against the number 3 Camels. But right now, the Bulldogs are having a great performance. One of the things we're seeing there is they're able to produce on their attacks. With coming in with already 41 kills this match, they've been able to outdo any Big South game so far, getting close to their record of 50 in a preseason conference game.
Campbell serving first, and now a chance to end the rally with Alina Heath. Greatly dug out by Downer. This is Johnston with a career-high 13 kills tonight, but she misses wide and far. Campbell a quick lead in set 4.
We've seen Campbell perform in some key areas. Sarah Collar coming in with 13 kills so far, and on the defense, Elise Gross with 20 digs. Essential in their Campbell defense.
Coleman had a tough time on the serve. Jeffco Troy goes right into the net, affected by Melody Page. And after a convincing set 3 win, how are we starting to see Campbell take over in set 4?
Well, I think right now, Maddie Miner on the serve. One of the things that Campbell's serve has been a little bit off. We've only seen 4 service aces from Campbell, whereas
almost a broadcast jinx for 5. Instead, a swing into the net by Johnston. Molly Johnston was hitting 400 through the first 2 sets. She's now at 200. Kate Menz and crew making life tough for the senior.
And that's one of the things they need to do is start knocking down those hit percentages of Gardner-Webb.
It almost felt like it took a cosmic shock to wake up this Campbell team. Donaldson misses long on her swing. And now a much stronger start for Campbell in set 4. An immediate timeout as Camille Jones sniffs the blood in the water. We're going to take the timeout break as well. 4-0 start for Campbell here in set 4 on ESPN+. Sorry. Are we clear? Yeah, good one. Okay, so Gardner-Webb calls the timeout after giving up the first 4 points in this set. What would Camille Jones talking to her club about trying to bounce back in this set?
Well, I think if you're Camille Jones, you definitely want to get back to where you were in that first set. This team has been executing extremely well, Gardner-Webb. And in particular, one of the things they want to do is get those blocks back up. Campbell's been a little better on their attack. They've been able to shut down Alina Heath. But at the same time, Melody Page has stepped up for Campbell.
Long set for Alina Heath. She is denied with authority. Jeffco Troy drawing the enthused reaction from her entire team.
Alina Heath just being a little bit off. You can tell right there. She's a little bit discouraged. She's just a little bit off kilter for Alina Heath.
I don't know about you, Sal. I think Maya Jeffco Troy deserves a lot of credit for that block, denying one of the best hitters in the conference.
I think Maya Jeffco Troy has been a big player right now for Gardner-Webb.
And now into the head of Heath. She shoots one wide and far. Gardner-Webb coming out of the timeout, 2 straight points. We have not seen much quit tonight from an 0-9 running Bulldogs club. And Maddie Miner falling to the floor, can't save it. That's a double touch. 3 straight points for Gardner-Webb.
Great way to come out of the timeout if you're Gardner-Webb. You wanted to knock down that 4-0 lead, that quick run that Campbell was on.
3 aces for Donaldson tonight. That matches her season high. And a service error right into the net gives Campbell the lead. Donaldson subs out, and now Alina Heath back to serve. What has Campbell done well this year? Serving. Second in the league in aces. Tonight they have 4.
Alina Heath has not been able to produce an ace for this team.
Gross gets a touch on it. Heath scoops it alive into her own bench. And searching for her own real estate. A kill for Gardner-Webb. Back within 1.
Alina just seems to be struggling just a little bit tonight, getting her center in. One of the things we're seeing is what it was like to play without a 100% Alina Heath.
By the way, Donaldson came out. The credit for the kill there for Roycraft. Miner the bump set. Pitched up by Downer. And winning the touch at the net is Molly Johnston, the senior. 14 kills tonight, a career high.
Melody Page is not able to get out of the way fast enough to get clear for another Campbell player to get in and get that touch.
Molly Johnston led her club with 8 kills against Presbyterian, almost doubling that tonight. Green, the soft touch, pancaked. Well, no, touched the floor. Maddie Riggs thought she had it. Instead, a kill for Campbell. That's Layla Green with the point.
Riggs with that big dive right there. Camila Jones wasn't 100% happy with that call. But Campbell's been able now to get the lead back after the Bulldogs have eaten away a 4-point lead.
Green scoops the shot. Almost threw off the defense of Gardner-Webb as Roycraft frees it into the back corner. What a fantastic touch.
Wow, great save there by Ashley Downer. And then you finish it off there with Alex Roycraft. See this move by Roycraft, just able to set it down into the far right corner.
Alexandria Roycraft, a free ball kill. You don't see that too often from a middle blocker. Now she's playing the net well, tipping Patterson. Another tip on Green. Feed Emick this time. Miner scoops it up. Here's Green. Off the block. Gardner-Webb back in rotation to the middle. And look who finishes it off. Alexandria Roycraft, her 2nd straight kill. Subbed out for the moment, but a great rotation by the junior.
The perfect set right there. Just stuffed it right to Maddie Miner, and she's not able to respond.
Well, just kidding. Roycraft comes back in. She was 1 rotation spot off. Gardner-Webb with their first lead of this set. And a timeout call by Gardner-Webb. Let's go to break. Running Bulldogs up by 1 early on in set 4, trying to stay alive on ESPN+. Gardner-Webb off to a 1-point lead here in set 4, trying to keep their match alive, winning their first ever set in conference play this season. Taking set 2, Campbell responds with a 25-20 win in set 3. And now in set 4, Molly Johnston serves us out of the timeout. Layla Green in momentum. Makes a tough play for Bolden, and it's freed over by Riggs. Minor the bump. Coleman knocks it up. And what an effort by Carissa Coleman. The kill for Maddie Minor, flicking her wrist in celebration. Started to see more balance from this Campbell squad in set 4.
That was good effort there by Gardner-Webb. Bolden trying to keep it alive for the Running Bulldogs, keep that lead for them.
And a quick question by Camille Jones on the proper substitution. Everything seems to be situated here. On a night where every match in the conference has gone at least 4 sets, a service error by Mitter keeps us even and now gives Gardner-Webb the lead. Because last Friday there were 5 sweeps. Today we have at least 2 matches going 5, and Camille Jones loved to see her squad push this match to a 5th set.
You have top teams in the conference all losing 1 set.
That block goes out off of Maria Emick, and Layla Green just connected on the kill, now comes to serve. Layla Green 5 kills in her last match. She has now matched that tonight. Oh, Elena Heath takes a bullet. Unexpected friendly fire. And a rare service error for Green. That's 3 of them tonight.
That is, if Campbell's been really deficient, it is in their serves tonight. They have not been able to produce the way they usually do on their serves.
Also, if you're Elena Heath, you don't expect that ball to hit you.
No, not from Layla Green.
Now can Heath take advantage offensively? Sarah Kalla does the same. And Kalla with her 13th kill. A quiet 3rd set for Kalla. This is her first kill of the 4th set.
Sarah Kalla able to get that kind of trademark leap into the air and hang there for a minute as she kills it.
Should have been a double touch there, but the point continues. Green scoops it up, and Mitter frees it over. Ooh, Jeffco Troy to the floor. Campbell in transition to Kalla. Off the block of Donaldson, and it drops in. Back-to-back kills for the all-conference sophomore.
Molly Johnson trying to make the move for Gardner-Webb, not able to get there fast enough. Great finish by Sarah Kalla.
Sarah Kalla inching closer to her 15th kill tonight. She's had double figures in 4 of her last 5 matches. And Layla Green using the towel to clean up a spot on the court. We are back and ready for action. Coleman forced a bump, and Emick off the block, resulting in a roof. Melody Page playing the middle with authority. 7 blocks for Campbell tonight.
Abby Sprinkle just not able to get that ball set out for the Bulldogs. One of the things we've seen is that Campbell's been able to play a pretty consistent squad throughout this season, whereas Gardner-Webb has had challenges with injuries.
Long run for Mitter. Tees it up by Kalla. Back come the running Bulldogs. Jeffco Troy to the back row. Mitter goes middle. Nicely dug up by Donaldson. She gets a swing at it. Kalla the bump set for Heath. Heath off the block of Donaldson. Mitter goes back to Heath. Down the line to Coleman. Good defense by the running Bulldogs. Campbell says the same. Mitter goes to Page. Melody Page drops it on the floor. And a back-and-forth rally finished off by the freshman.
Melody Page just makes it look effortless. Elena Heath has been banging away trying to get a kill here, but Melody Page with a slight little tap, able to finish it off. Just a really big difference between the freshman and the senior on the Campbell team.
Gardner-Webb a bit disjointed before the point. They were running all over the floor. Donaldson waited for it, and Coleman had to come in to clean it. Here's Kalla rising, rifling to the far corner. 3 kills in the set for Sarah Kalla.
That's a Sarah Kalla we know is that cross court, be able to get it to drop in the far corner. And Carissa Coleman just not able to get that ball at all.
Sarah Kalla now with 15 kills. Emick off the double, beats Kalla. Campbell a bit disjointed at the net, and Gardner-Webb gets to double figures in set 4.
Like a touch, either Ananda Patterson or Sarah Kalla right there.
And I think both were looking at each other and said, who touched it? That's how confused they were there. This is Ashley Downer to serve. She's missed a month with an injury, an undisclosed injury, but back now for the running Bulldogs. Heath, right in front of her own bench, keeps it up. Chance for transition. Donaldson on the slide. You don't see that too often. Now Kala. 16 kills for Sarah Kala. Waking up in a big way in set 4.
This is Sarah Kala we usually expect to see all the time, and she seems to be in full force right now in set number 4.
There's a quick discussion here between our lead umpire and the side judge.
Kala having a great game right now. We saw her get 14 digs and 24 kills earlier this season. The digs against Radford and 24 kills against 24 kills against Radford too. And now here she is with 17 kills right now and 8 digs.
So Campbell to substitute. The point will stand. There was a quick discussion between Michael Holder and Stephen Truckenbrod, but nothing comes of it. And here's Maddie Miner, the junior, in to serve. Miner with a solid effort tonight, 21 assists. That leads all players. Chance for Johnston. Off the block. Melody Page has been busy in the front row. 10 combined blocks for Campbell tonight.
Now Melody Page and Kate Menz were up there real quick, and Page able to deny Gardner-Webb that opportunity. She's just been a great all-around player tonight for Campbell.
Campbell the first to 15 in the second straight set. Now trying to close this out in 4. Sprinkle with a bump set. And Johnston misses long. Molly Johnston was untouchable in the first 2 sets. She does have 14 kills, but now 9 errors by the senior. Miner in the midst of a 3-0 run. Coleman to the floor. Donaldson beats the double. Nicely dug out by Donaldson. Miner goes backside to Menz. Now Gross the bump set for Heath. Off the touch of Jeffco Troy. That ball's kept alive and finished off by Kate Menz.
Kate Menz able to capitalize on Gardner-Webb being a little bit disjointed there. Molly Johnson not able to get up fast enough after that last hit. One of the impressive things about Gardner-Webb is when you watch Hannah Donaldson up against that net, that 6'3" frame of hers is able to get up there high. She's been able to tap it real easily. She's an imposing force up against the net.
Maddie Miner stepped on the service line. It was 13-10. Now Campbell with some separation in this 4th set, led by their junior.
So Maddie close it out for Campbell in the first set. 6 straight points for Campbell.
Great dig by Elise Gross. Gives it middle. And a tomahawk chop. Melody Page, her 9th kill.
Melody Page is taking care of business right there. She looks pure business right now. She wants to close this out. She's ready for this game to be over.
Sal, that might be our kill of the match so far, and it comes by way of the freshman middle. Riggs sets it backside for Donaldson, and that goes into the net. Campbell now up 9.
I got to say, if you're Coach Goral, you got to be ecstatic with Melody Page right now. She's been doing great on the offense, great on the defense, just an all-around great player up against the net.
Double substitution here for Gardner-Webb. You see Sprinkle and Jeffco Troy come in late in this 4th set. This is the first time in conference Gardner-Webb has gone to 4 sets. A goal of sorts for Coach Camille Jones. Right now, her team has come a bit short against Campbell here in this 4th set.
Oh, I think if you're Coach Jones, you got to come out of here with a success in that you were able to win that first set, challenge this Campbell team.
That's the 15th kill for Molly Johnston, continuing a career night. Keep in mind, she set a career high last week against Charleston Southern with 12. She's eclipsed that even more so in this matchup.
And you got to be happy. Coach Jones was able to break up Maddie Miner in that service, which is, I think, what the key was, move there for that double substitution.
A service error by Donaldson gives it right back to Campbell. One of the keys for this match for Campbell coming in, according to Coach Greg Goral, was limit the service time for Gardner-Webb. They put it in the hands of their best server, and Elena Heath. She commits a service error. Odd numbers tonight, Sal. 15 combined errors between these clubs.
Campbell is not having the service they're used to having, and it is costing them. I would argue it cost them that first set, and it's costing this match going as long as it is.
And we weren't ready for play. Campbell needed to sub in, so Maya Jeffco Troy will get a second chance, if you will. Bill ready for play. There you go. Now Maya can serve it up. The Columbia, South Carolina native puts a good one to Elise Gross. And an illegal touch by Maddie Miner gives Gardner-Webb the point. No quit in these running Bulldogs here in set 4.
If you're looking at the Bulldogs, they're doing exactly what Coach Jones wanted to set out. They're trying to get at least 3 blocks per set. They're coming close to that right now. But more importantly, their service is much better than we've seen in previous matches.
A service error there gives it to Elise Gross offensively. You see Hannah Schneggenberger, number 5, now coming in for Campbell. Schneggenberger, the sophomore from Tustin, California, along with Menz and Green in the front row. Good serve by Miner, backing up Coleman. Now Johnston through the block. Green knocks it up. And a lot of bodies flying for Campbell, but for not. A kill for Molly Johnston.
If you're Coach Gorel, you're thinking about that match tomorrow against Winthrop. You were hoping to get 3 quick sets, finish up, not get too physical in this game, and that's not what Gardner-Webb is teeing up here for Campbell. They're all over the court, on the floor, doing a lot to be able to put away the running Bulldogs right now.
Molly Johnston, the senior from Lubbock, Texas, to serve. When she faced Campbell last year, only 2 kills. Tonight, she has 17. And almost an ace there as Schneggenberger knocks it forward. Emick shoots for the corner, misses far. 3 points away from the match are the Fighting Camels.
Just a miscommunication there between Kane and Gross, not communicating, both of them trying to get that shot at the same time. I would argue that Gardner-Webb is doing a great job at targeting their serves right now.
And now Greg Gorel trying to put this match away, brings Sarah Kalla back in late in this set.
Looks like Coach Jones is going to use her challenge card here on that last call.
And I believe Camille Jones is challenging if there was a double touch on the initial return. So this may take us a while to find it, but essentially on the first swing, when Kane and Gross collided, if both players touched the ball, that would make it a 4th touch. The point would have then concluded at that juncture. Instead, the ball went over, and Campbell won it. Camille Jones has a couple challenges to work with, and a smart decision here with her team backed against the wall.
It breaks up the momentum, too, right now. Don't have to take a timeout. She may not win this challenge, but if it does get overturned, an opportunity for Gardner-Webb to be able to turn around.
Well, let's show you the initial start to this play. So we see Emick swing here. I think we got to go a little bit farther back, guys, just a touch. Initially, before that free ball over. And I think a decision has been made here quickly. And it looks like the call's going to stand on the floor. Greg Gorel gets the confirmation. The call stands. So no double touch. Did just hit one player. So the score remains 22-14 here in the 4th set.
Still an interesting challenge by Coach Jones. You're only 3 points away from being put out by the Camels.
Sprinkle goes middle. And an impressive finish. Alexandria Roycraft, her 8th kill of the match. The juniors come alive late in this contest.
We didn't see much by Roycraft early in this match, but we definitely see it here in the 3rd and now in the 4th set.
Carissa Coleman, the senior, to serve. Donaldson takes advantage of the overpass. 2 straight points for the running Bulldogs.
Bulldogs are not going away from this match. They see an opportunity here to get this run against Campbell's.
Coleman spins a serve, collects an ace, and Carissa Coleman, 3 service aces in her last match, picks up her 2nd today.
Coleman going against Layla Green right there. See her really well targeted right along the 10-foot line.
That ball also died on the serve. Kane, good return this time. Sarah Kalla, a huge swing, and that ball is just out. Greg Gorel pretty confident on a close play, but leaving his defense to watch it land out.
That was a close return right there. If that ball had dropped just a little bit more, it would have been impossible for Campbell to respond to it, but a great kill by Sarah Kalla.
Greg Gorel is 2 points away from his 100th career win at Campbell. No coach has ever done it in program history. Sprinkle dug out by Gross. And freed over, Mitter. Sprinkle against the net. Goes behind her head and collects an impressive finish.
That's a great little touch there by Sprinkle. We saw Abby Sprinkle do that before. Not able to get the point, but on the second time, able to produce. Great move by the junior.
Abby Sprinkle after the kill, now to serve. She has 24 assists tonight to lead all players. And an ace adding to her totals.
Campbell not able to move. Everybody looking at the ball and was able to drop.
If you're Greg Gorel, you'd hate to use those timeouts. He wants to find a way to finish this match quickly. Gardner-Webb hanging around. In transition, Schneggenberger off the block of Donaldson. Jeffco Troy goes back row, scooped up by Green. Heath, roll shot down the line. Now Emick. That ball's kept up, and Campbell wins the joust at the net. Schneggenberger creates match point for Campbell here in set 4.
We saw Schneggenberger come in late in the last game, and now here she is again, being a key decider, and she's going to be able to get up there for that serve. She can put it away for Campbell at this point.
Schneggenberger on the all-freshman team last year. Now the sophomore serves. Last chance for Gardner-Webb. Jeffco Troy tips it down line. Bumped up by Schneggenberger. Sprinkle in transition. Donaldson on the slide. Good dig. Heath swings for the match and misses long. 24-20 here in set 4.
Lena Heath still in the negative hitting percentage this match. Just not able to get things to fall her way.
Now Ashley Downer, the freshman, swings for the match. Heath struggling with the serve, and that goes into the net. An ace for Downer. One of the 6 aces for Gardner-Webb tonight. Running Bulldogs have fought off 2 straight match points, and it's up to Downer one more time. Heath on the return. Page into the block of Donaldson. Back to Kalla. That ends the match. Sarah Kalla, 19 kills tonight, helping Campbell take care of Gardner-Webb in 4 sets. 25-21 your final here in set 4, as Campbell matches an 8th straight win at home, and for head coach Greg Gorel, his 100th career win, the most of any Campbell coach in history. Not an impressive win from start to finish, but an important win for this program.
No, it's an important win. Campbell needed to come away with the win, and perhaps a tough fight against Gardner-Webb will do much to help this team prepare for a tough fight against Winthrop tomorrow. Winthrop was able to beat Hampton, but they lost that first set against Hampton. They'll be getting on the bus, heading down here to Buies Creek. Campbell's got a lot to think about after this match, what they need to improve. They need to look at where their weaknesses were. If all the players had not been at full strength, I think Alina Heath was a little bit off in this match. But more importantly, Campbell needs to be strong coming in for this Winthrop match for tomorrow.
The two teams exchanging a quick prayer after this match. It's time now for our Precision Ford player and play of the match, and Sunbelt Reynolds play of the match, I should say. Nonetheless, what a performance here. Melody Page, 9 kills, and she stepped up when her team needed it, hitting .368.
Wow, Melody Page was just on point tonight. 6 blocks, too. Just a key element for them. They really expected, one of the things that Coach Gorel talked about in the loss against Presbyterian is that, his 4 top players were all a little bit off, but when you have a player like Heath who's not maybe at full potential tonight, you want your other players to step in, and that's what we saw with Melody Page. We saw Sarah Kalla be able to step up, really kind of break out of a funk in the first 2 sets and put it away in the 3rd and 4th set. And that's what Campbell wanted to do, is take those last 3 sets, put Gardner-Webb away, and get ready for a tough match tomorrow against the conference leader, Winthrop University.
Campbell extends its record to 7-2 in the conference. Gardner-Webb drops to 0-10. For my partners, Sal Mercoglano, Evan Budrovich signing off as Campbell. A 4-set victory tonight and an 8th straight win at home here on ESPN+.